Welcome back, Tom Daves Live. Today we have a special guest, Michelle Cantrell from Springfield, Missouri. Michelle, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm in sunny California, so I can't be happier.
I know. That's great. That's good. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on here. And so I'd like you to just share with our viewers, just if you could share a little bit about yourself, that'd be great.
Well, I have been in real estate for about 28 years now. I started when I was pretty young, have worked at several different companies. I started out at local. We had the largest companies in my town in Springfield were local, independently owned. And after the recession, I had mainly been working in new construction. And we all know what happened to new construction in those 2007, 8 during the recession. They didn't fare very well through all that. So I went to work at Keller Williams as a team leader. I joined there because I just kind of needed a break. You know, I went from everybody being so happy buying new homes and to everybody bringing money to the table at closing. So I'm an energy person that was pretty off for me. So I decided to try something new. Went to Keller Williams. It was really small in our town, probably like 30 agents, and just kind of got them into model and learned a lot about building a business, and was really happy with that decision, traveled around a lot and went to a lot of trainings and grew that company to second market share. And then I left and I just kind of went around the country. I went to work for Ben Kinney in Seattle, opening a brokerage there, and then just formed my own independent company and went across the West Coast, lived in San Diego, and just worked across the West Coast, relaunching Keller Williams offices, just putting them into model, hiring, training top agents on how to build teams. And I did that for the traveling was probably 3.5 years. And then I came back to Missouri, had a new grandbaby, and came back and decided just to launch my business again. So I've been gone, that whole time, and just started over from scratch. And that's been 6 years now. And our company is 45 people. We will hit about, I think we're at 160 million right around there now, around 600 transactions. And, we should be close to 200, 180 probably this year. So we've done really well. I've got a great group.
Absolutely. You've
my story.
very well. So that's amazing. So if you don't mind, if we could just back up a little bit. And so what inspired you to get into real estate in the first place?
I was a mom of 3 little boys, and I always, wanted to work, obviously, and I just couldn't find anything that would allow me to still go to be a room mom and pick them up and take them to their activities. And real estate just seemed to be a flexible schedule, I thought, but it really did. I really didn't miss out on anything. I have 2 sons in the business now because I did really prioritize their schedule. And so they're both in real estate and love it. And, that's really why I did it, to have a flexible schedule. And it really worked well for me.
Well, that's great. And so many are glad that you made that choice as well. So that's awesome. So, so while we're talking about starting in real estate, let's just ask, so now let's just say, for example, if you could go back in time and tell yourself one thing as a new agent, what would that be?
I think when I started, I was one of the first people to have a team in our town, and that concept works really well for me. And I think my Facebook, my little tagline is dream bigger. And that's what I would tell everyone, because this business can be amazing or it can be defeating. I mean, that you can wear yourself out. And I would just tell myself just to dream bigger, quicker, and leverage myself faster, get rid of the things that I don't like, hire someone who knows how to grow a business. Because when I first started before the recession, I can honestly say I was not a business person. I was a real estate agent that, put the sign in the yard, sell the house. And I didn't really plan it like a business. The recession really straightened me out on that, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I spent a lot of years learning about business, learning how to run a business, and learning how to treat real estate like a real business. And now when I relaunched this time, I'm, debt free. I'm super smart about my money. I mean, my business is very profitable. A lot of people you will see build big teams, and a lot of people will tell you teams aren't profitable. My team's very profitable. Just launched my own brokerage recently, and we're still running it as like a mega team model under our own brokerage, just to have that more control over it. But we still have that model in place. And I just think dream bigger is what, we have the greatest career in the world. And if you just treat it like one.
It's just unlimited. Well, that's awesome. And through your journey, I'm sure that, like all of us, there's been challenges. What challenges have you had, and how did you learn and grow from that?
There's always been challenges. Like I said, not treating it like a business in the beginning, not having a coach in the beginning. I think having a coach, having another eyes on your business, another set of eyes that's really helping you and guiding you. People who've been there. John Cheplack's my coach. He's amazing, and sometimes it's just call this person who just went through exactly what you're going through. And that's so valuable to us as team leaders, is having that, and then having, being a coach to our people. So I would say, that was a huge lesson for me. Hiring the right people, learning how to hire right, huge. I mean, there's always, I think a right personality for a role. And I use the DISC assessment, which isn't always 100% accurate, but there's other things within the DISC that you learn to look for, like their economic value, like how much are they driven by money or security. Knowing people is so important. Knowing who they are, knowing their capacity, all of that is so important. And when you know your people really well, you can get them in the right seat. And when you have them in the right seat, then they will just, flourish, which helps them if they're happy. You keep them long term, which I don't like turnover. So I love that.
Well, that's great. And through your story, I really sense that you're willing and you're able to push past your own comfort zone. What secrets or what mindset have you had to really push through your comfort zone?
I don't like being too comfortable. I don't know what that is about me, but I just once things get really flowing easily and it's comfortable, then I want to find something else to challenge myself. And that's always served me really well. I like things to flow easily, but then I'm like, okay, now that we've mastered that, what can we add to it? So I'm always I'm definitely a visionary, and I'm always trying to see the step ahead. And probably the biggest thing is I'm a researcher. So anytime, like my team once in a while, I'll be like, we're going to do this. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. But I've researched everything behind the scenes. And then it seems like I go really fast, which I do go fast. And I have to have people around me that get that. But I really have done a lot of research up front to know what that next step is.
Well, that's awesome. And I know I've heard the saying, we need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And it's also almost everything that we want or need in life is just beyond our comfort zone. And I heard someone once say that there's 4 different things. Number one is there's different seasons. Number one is we change when we hurt enough that we have to, or when we see enough that we're inspired to, or we learn enough that we want to, or that we receive enough and that we're able to. So I just love that. Well, great, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us today. If anyone wants to reach out, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Send me an email. My email is Michelle. I think it's at the bottom there. Michelle, Michelle, at Cantrell, RE, as in realestate.com.
Awesome. And what different markets do you cover?
So we're in Springfield and all surrounding communities all the way to Branson, Missouri. And I have a son in the Navy in San Diego, so I have a condo out here and I visit often, but I'm in Missouri right now.
Well, awesome. And so many people, quite a few are moving out of California. So if you're moving to Michelle's market, please reach out to her. And well, great. Hey, thanks, Michelle. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks, Tom.
Enjoy California. Have a good weekend.
Bye.